Good morning. Here I am. I think it's day 3. It's currently 9:15. Before I get into my day, I want to share a little bit more about why today is so special for me. So today is my and Ben's 1-year anniversary. So we've been dating for a year today. We had our first date at Swift Bar in Portland, and it was the most average first date of all time. We sat and got to know each other, and it was fine and great, and nothing special, to be quite honest. But then at the end of our date, we went outside and hugged goodbye, as of course I would do on a first date, and something in that moment changed my life forever. I'm not somebody who particularly believes in, love at first sight and these kind of things. But when I hugged Ben, something shifted in me, and I felt like I had lived lifetimes with this man, and I don't even super believe in that. So it was really fascinating to watch that develop, because he felt the same thing, and it was something that I've never felt before in my life. And so almost instantly we just became a couple. Within 4 days we had said I love you, and I couldn't be more grateful to this man, because he actually treats me with care and unconditional loving kindness. It's the first time in my life that I've actually had that in a relationship. I have a tendency to pick kind of, excuse my language, shitty dudes. And so it's really been beautiful to see someone who gives to me without having to keep score, without having to have a bunch of stuff done for him first. He just proactively cares for me. And especially right now, I need that more than ever. And it's been a really healing and beautiful thing for me to be really cared for. In my life, I've had one really beautiful example of unconditional love, which is from my mom. But unfortunately, her unconditional love means that she had to sacrifice love for herself and her self-care. And so that's what I was taught. I was taught to give and give and give until I literally fall to pieces. Which, lucky for me, I've learned a better way, and I've learned that I have to come first always, and that means that I'm not always going to be able to give to people in the way that I want to, in the way that feels good for me, because I have to come first. If I'm ever going to care for the people in my life, I know for me that means that I have to put on my own oxygen mask first, I'm not going to be able to help anybody else if I'm not full first. My mom has made a lot of progress on that in her life. And I hope someday that she'll really fully understand what that means, and I hope that I will too. But the relationship that I have with Ben has really been empowering for me to not feel like I have to give twice as much as I get. This is the first time someone's ever just given to me regardless of what I give to them. And it feels really good to have somebody that cares about me in that way and just loves me for who I am and all my chaotic mess and how much and little I can give at different times, and it's really nice. I felt really bad because my love language is, of course, through touch, and I also love to give gifts, but the way I give and receive gifts is not through monetary exchange. I don't care about things. That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. If somebody buys me a $300 purse or something, I'm like, oh, thanks. It doesn't have any meaning for me. The significance for me is in the effort. And so this year I felt really bad because this is the first time that for an anniversary I haven't been able to put effort in, because lately it's just been all self-care in my free moments when I allow myself to person. And so poor Ben has been so sweet taking care of me and doing all these little things to make my life easier, and I've done basically nothing for him. I did take him to see a symphony play Prince music on Monday, which was fun. And, of course there's money involved in that, and so there is like effort on some regard, but it doesn't feel like the kind of effort I want to give. And so I struggled with that. And so this morning, I woke up at 7:30. No, I woke up at 7. I went to bed around 1, so I wasn't expecting to wake up that early, but I did. So I think my body just knew it was time to give effort to Ben. And so I woke up, and in my tradition, I took care of myself first. I did my meditation, which this morning was one of my favorite ones that just kind of came into my mind. And so what I did was I lay there and I just like breathe until I can start to feel my heartbeat. And then I focus on feeling it in every different part of my body, which is really a fascinating experience. And so I did that, checked in with my body in all the different places, and so, felt, how do my fingertips feel, and how's my elbow feel? And it's really interesting to actually feel your heartbeat in those places. And I did that, and I checked in with myself, and, went over, like, what am I grateful for, and these kind of things like I normally do. And then it came to mind that, like, oh, I have time. I can go do something. And so I got dressed and went to the grocery store, and I found a card, and I wrote him this big, beautiful message. And I'm really excited to give that to him later today. He has planned a big meal for me, and he's spent a ton of time making me a card, which is, like, my favorite thing. I'll try and get a picture of some of the cards that he's made me so far. They're really cool. So, yeah. And then today I've got 3 appointments. I tried to kind of cater it back today because it's our anniversary and I want to spend time with Ben. My first appointment I emailed, and they have not gotten back to me since it's a new person, I'm not sure they're actually going to show up, so I think I need to call them in the next few minutes and see if I can get a hold of them, because I might actually be able to stay home a little more this morning, if not. And then I've got 2 lovely regular people that I get to see today who I adore, as I do all of you, of course. And then I get to spend the whole evening with Ben, probably after about 5 p.m., which for me is like a lot. So that's really good. I'm excited about that. It'll be really nice to just have some solid quality time with him. This poor man all week has just been doing little favors for me and making sure that I can get through because it's been so crazy. So, yeah, I feel good. I feel energized for how little sleep that I've had. And I'm really excited about the day, and I appreciate you guys tuning in a little longer today so I could share that story with you, because it's something that's really meaningful in my life, and I just adore this man. He takes really good care of me. So, to all of you out there, I will say thank you for tuning in, thank you for taking care of yourself, and I love you very much. Have a good day.